All right, you clicked on this video because you want to learn how to cast one of these better, better than you are today. All right, I'm going to show you 5 casting tips using one of these fly casting rods. Be sure to stick to the end because I've got a mind-blowing cast. It took me a long time to figure this one out, and when I learned it, I was like, oh my God, it was an epiphany moment. So stick with me. I'll show you a technique that'll take a lot of frustration out of casting, especially in tight spaces. All right, let's get to the tutorial. The first is what I call water loading. I think a lot of people call it water loading, but typically when you fly cast, you're going to be doing some false casting, right, to be able to get it out there. But sometimes you have a fly or a fly setup that's really tough to false cast. I have a dry fly, that's pretty easy, but if I had a dropper on the end of this thing, it'd make it very difficult to keep false casting and avoid tangles. So there's something called water loading. And what you do essentially is you just do a 1 pickup and a 1 lay down. And the water tension on the line, you pick it up quick and throw it out once. And that's called water loading. So you're not false casting at all. So essentially your line's out there, it's tight. You can do a single haul to help speed things up. Single haul it up, throw it out. You're fishing it, single haul it up, throw it out. That is called water loading. And sometimes if you want to get a little bit further out there, you can water load your way out. So water load, water load, water load. See if there's a fish. I want to make sure. So that's called water loading. Another casting technique is called the roll cast. And if you have a place, now there's a lot of open space here, but a lot of times when you're fishing places like this, and there are sections on this creek that don't have a lot of room. So you want to learn how to roll cast. And essentially what that is you're throwing your line out without actually doing a back cast. So you bring your rod up to about 1 o'clock, create kind of a D loop in the floating line. There's a little bit of floating line in the water, and then you just kind of snap your wrist forward. And that kind of throws everything out. Just like that. That is called a roll cast. Right now I got a little bit of wind pushing my fly back. Typically everything will roll out nice. Let's try it again. So 1 o'clock, created a D loop, and just a quick snap. And just everything goes out there real nice. So that is called a roll cast. Now the next thing you want to be able to learn, and we talked about it on the water loading, is a single haul. Single hauling is a casting technique that just allows you to shoot the line out there a lot faster and a lot easier. What it does is as you haul it down on the pickup, it loads the rod. And what that means is it's building a lot of energy into the rod, which then transfers it into the line. You can best see it in slow motion, right? When you're pulling down on the line, right as the line is completely extending forward, or in this case, out in front of you, it quickly loads the rod. There's a bend in the rod, and then when you kind of release things and you're ready to cast, that bend in the rod that transfers the energy into the fly line and shoots the line out. And that's essentially how casting works, right? It's important to make a nice efficient loop, technique, and all those things. But that, in a nutshell, it's the energy being generated into the rod, transferring it into the line. That's what gets it out there. So with single hauling, if you want to shoot it out quickly, pull down with your non-casting hand while lifting up the rod and shoot the line out. Watch how this goes, right? Pull down. That is called a single haul. Double hauling can be tricky, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but learn the single haul. It really will increase your one-time cast, right? A lot of fly casters, to get that out there, do a lot of false casting to where all they really need to do is do a single haul and then throw it out there. And it goes just as far as you were just false casting it. So a great technique to use. I'll kind of show it this way. So pull down, shoot out. Pull down, shoot out. Now the next casting technique is called a double haul. And typically you're not going to use the double haul when you're fishing a small creek like this. But this is a lesson. We happen to be on a small creek, and I'll show you what the double haul is. A little windy. Hopefully the camera will stay there. Sorry about the wind. All right, so when it comes to the double haul, it's a pretty good example with a little bit of wind, right? What you're doing is you're increasing the line speed. You're attempting to load the rod, and load the rod more so than just standard casting, right? You can see kind of the bend in the rod just from standard casting. Well, when you start double hauling, that bend increases because you're influencing the line and really trying to load up the rod so that you can shoot that cast out there a lot further than not double hauling. So you can kind of see it's an up-down motion. I'm exaggerating it here. But that is the double haul, and it's great during windy conditions to be able to get the line out there. I actually shot a video up in Alaska and slowed it down, and it was a really great example, and I'll B-roll that in right now, of what that double haul looks. You can see the line goes all the way back. I'm pulling down the line to influence it forward. Then when I come back, I'm pulling down the line again. It's about timing to influence it back, right? I'm putting a big bend on the rod. And then as you can see, when I'm ready to deliver the fly, I'm doing one big pull down, right? That last haul is a doozy, and you can shoot out a lot of line by doing that. Notice the last, right, the line's going back, and I really pull down hard on my non-casting hand to load that rod, and you can see the bend in the rod is tremendous. And that bend, that energy that's stored up into the rod, is what transfers it into the line and shoots it all out there. So if you learn to double haul, it'll really increase the distance of your cast. Now, the other tip I want to give you is not all casting is traditional, right? You can make a sidearm cast. Same principles apply, right? If you need to keep the fly low to the water, or you got some tree branches, you can do a nice sidearm cast. You can even do kind of a sidearm roll cast, just like that. You don't have to be straight up and down, right? I typically hold my rod away from my body during a cast. Well, I don't want to hook the camera. I usually keep the fly rod away from my body during a cast because I don't want the fly coming back and hitting me. So that's just a preference that's worked for me. But it doesn't always have to be straight up and down. As long as you keep those techniques all into place, you can do sidearm casts. You can do sidearm roll casts. I mean, there's a lot you can do without having to go straight up and down. So don't feel like you're locked into, this is the only way that you can cast, right? You can do a lot of crazy things. Sidearm, really low, and be able to shoot that fly right into a place that you're trying to cast. Like those trees over there, you can kind of see they're low. I can go low and shoot it right underneath there really easy by just doing a nice sidearm. And that just keeps, your fly out of the trees. It's gonna happen, but we're a lot less likely if you're doing that type of cast. So once you really start learning to fly cast, there's gonna be a lot of variations, and as long as the mechanics are still where they need to be, it does make a great difference, right? You don't always have to just traditionally cast. Mechanics are there. You can do a lot of things, even like an overhand cast, right? Say if the wind was blowing this way and I don't want the fly to hit me, I can just change my shoulder, and you notice the mechanics are exactly the same. Fly's going out there nice and easy, but I'm just using an over-the-shoulder cast. So as long as the mechanics stay the same, sidearm, over the shoulder, it's gonna go out there. So don't get hung up on one way to do it, right? You're gonna start feeling it when you're out there, and pretty soon you're just gonna automatically just start creatively casting as you're trying to cast around stuff, and you're gonna think to yourself, wow, I just did that without even thinking, because it just becomes like muscle memory and just a natural thing for you. So give yourself time, give yourself patience, give yourself permission to fail when it comes to casting, but I promise you, it's gonna click, you're gonna get there, and it's gonna come sooner than you think. Oh my God, I almost forgot one of the biggest aha moments I've ever had in fly casting, and that's called the reach cast. So the beauty of a reach cast is kind of like the roll cast, right? If you got something in your way, you're trying to get out there, right? But you've got a bunch of trees right there. You can cast parallel to the stream, and at the very end, move your fly tip of your rod out towards the stream, and your fly line and fly magically follow it. It's pretty cool. You can't go a complete hard 90, but you can do probably a strong 60 degrees and still get a great presentation. And then do a quick mend, because a lot of times you get a loop in your line. But try that next time. Parallel to whatever it is that you're fishing, and at the very end, send your fly tip to the left or to the right, depending on where you're standing, and watch the fly line and fly, follow it right over. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about this fly rod used in the tutorial, I'll leave a link down in the description, or you can check out fishdonrods.com. Part of the reason why this is such an easy casting rod is because Neil and I designed it to be just that. This thing has everything $1,000 to an $1,100 rod has for 40 to 50% less. So if you think this might be something for you, check out this video right here. Talks about the company that Neil and I just recently opened. All right, everybody, till the next time, fish on.